Hello YouTubers. I'm going to go through basically a business pitch, try to make an elevator type pitch for a business, and I'm hoping one of you guys out there in YouTube land takes this thing and runs and makes a lot of money and makes the world better. Alright, so here we go. First off is, let's assume that campaign finance reform is important. I personally believe it's the most important thing that we got going as far as fixing politics in Washington. But if you believe it, good. If you don't believe it, let's watch the video, and when you get to the end, go and research it. It's definitely the thing that we need to fix. All right, second thing is, will politicians try to fix campaign finance reform? The answer is no. Democrats, Republicans, big media, none of these guys want it. There's billions of dollars washing around every couple of years, and they all got their hands out to fill their pockets. Or for the Democrats and Republicans, they're just liking the way it is because without campaign finance reform, without a cheaper way to get information on third-party candidates, Democrats and Republicans got a lock on politics in America. All right, so we need to demand a fix. The people need to fix this because politicians aren't. We got to do it. So the way I'm proposing to do this is via an election app. And you say, what the heck, an election app? What is that? That sounds like the stupidest idea ever. But I'm telling you, it will work. And again, I hope someone takes this idea and runs with it. The issue with campaign finance reform that's trying to get fixed is that it costs a lot of money for basically now the Democrats and Republicans to get elected. I don't know how much, but I know it's tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars to get a seat in the Senate. So the issue is that they got to take a lot of money to buy ads. So the strategy basically is just to bring down the cost of ads so that it's cheaper or really not ads, but bring down the cost of getting the message out to the people about what the candidates stand for. All right. So basically the app, okay, I'm going to start laying it out here, is an app that combines kind of like Facebook, YouTube, and more stuff together. And basically it serves up deep information on the candidates when the users want it, okay? Basically think of a YouTube feed with the candidates only in your election highlighted for you so that you know who are the potential candidates. And then imagine each of the candidates answering in detail the questions that you want answered from them. Like, what do these guys actually stand for? Okay, so, and the idea here is to have, again, it's a YouTube sort of thing where candidates can post as much material as they want on the different issues, all right? And, I'm convinced that if there was something good out there, that I'd use it. I think everybody would use it to get the information on the politicians. When was the last time you actually understood what a third-party politician stood for? Never, for me anyway. It's too hard to get the information. We need all the information in one place. The government should just do it for us, but they're not going to do it, so we got to do it ourselves. And again, I'm hoping someone takes this and runs. So that sounds pretty good, hopefully, to you guys. But what's the app look like? And again, if someone runs with this, make it however you want. But here's kind of how I think it. Basically, the app knows where you live. And provides information on only the elections that you're going to be able to vote for. Your state elections, the federal elections, your city elections, and those sort of things. It'll know who the candidates are. And, okay, so then basically the app before the election will poll the constituents on the issues of importance. Find out what the top 10 and 20 issues is at the federal level, the state level, the local level. And of course, they're going to be different all over the place. And then the app basically says, candidates, okay, if you want to get your message out to the people, here's the location where you put your answers to each of the questions. They can be videos, they can be text, they can be audio, they can do it however you want to do it. But the idea is that they can put a nice full-length answer to the question so that we know where they stand. And if they don't answer and they give something ambiguous, then we know what to do when we go to the voting booth. We can vote for them or not. We don't have to vote for people that don't answer the questions. So in addition, where the politicians answer these questions, there would be a feed or a comment section, basically, where people could comment on the responses, and the politicians could potentially answer questions or interact with the constituents. And some obviously will, and some won't. The hope, obviously, at some point is that they get the message and figure that this thing is important and that they need to do it. And then lastly, the ad tracks the candidates, or the app, excuse me, tracks the candidates and what they're doing between elections, so that we know that they're actually doing what they said they were going to do. And that keeps the app kind of relevant between elections, and keeps people tuning in. In my mind, the app is kind of addictive, like Facebook, in the sense that you got a little red dot next to the app button that says you got new information when a candidate answers a question or someone responds to your comment or something like that. I'm sure you can make this thing addictive, just like Facebook. So, I'm imagining the future where most political discussions would occur on this app. And when I'm thinking app, I'm thinking the social media part of this thing. Again, kind of like Facebook. You got the feed going with the answers, and you got lots of information going back and forth. And I think you can, to me, the ultimate compliment, and that you've kind of got where you want to go with this app, is when people are starting to tell each other to get off of Facebook. All right, sorry about that. I got a phone call. Again, it's a social media app specific for politics. And at the end of the day, when this thing's kind of matured and ready to go, people are going to be telling each other to get off of Facebook for political discussions and get to this app, because that's where political discussions can happen. It's where you'll have your political friends, and your friends in real life can, have their own place. But you try not to mix your friends and politics too much, because it can be really irritating. So I think it could be a really big. So again, the key for this thing is for the app to go viral at some point, and capture the people's imagination, and have them understand that this is the answer for campaign finance reform. This is how we're going to take money out of big politics. And I think we can, or someone can, get this app to go viral. All right. The way I see this thing playing out, and the way I would get this app going, is actually to start an election app, and start with clubs like your local pool or something like that, where you got to elect a president. Start working out the bugs there, figure out how things work, move up to kind of like local elections in the area wherever you're putting this thing together, and then roll it out as much as you can. And the way I see this thing working for sure is sooner or later someone's going to win an election that you weren't expecting them to win. And people are going to look at this guy or girl, or woman, and say, hey, how'd they win? And they're going to look at how they advertise and how they got their message out there. And they're going to be the ones that put the best stuff up on the app, as far as slick looking answers to questions that, you believe that this is what the people really stand for. And once that happens and someone really surprises everybody, I think at that point, then everybody's going to get the message, and everybody's going to start using this thing. So, that's the path to going viral. And I'll stop there. I could talk about this forever. It's something that really excites me. I hope, again, that someone goes out and makes this happen. And if someone does, and they want someone to help, laying things out to begin with, or testing the app at the end, I volunteer. I would help. I'd love to do that. It's something I really think should happen. It's just not something that I want to put a ton of energy in right now. I got other stuff to do. All right, guys, YouTubers, I appreciate your time. Thanks. Bye.